Clothing, footwear and undergarments for the family with great quality and affordable prices, then visit American Home and Beauty Center, 72 Raw and Wellington Street, Georgetown, opposite CNS Channel 6. Come and shop in our spacious and comfortable environment with great customer service. American Home and Beauty Center is your one-stop shop. Telephone 226-1497. Opening hours Monday through Saturday 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Close on Fridays between 12:30 and 1:30 p.m.
93.1 Real FM. It's your favorite station for the best music from then to now.
'Cause girls like you run around with guys like me to size. Waste a day and spend the night. Tell me, are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside us. Simple things, them are your blessings, a blessing. Simple things are your...
Every day, all day for real music, real people, and real vibes.
Come on!
93.1 Real FM.
Real FM.
The people's choice.
This is what shopping used to be. More plastic bags than I could carry or I could use. They always end up in the bin or as unsightly litter. Then it hit me. Get just one reusable bag. Now, whenever I shop, I don't use plastic bags. I always have my reusable bag. It makes shopping a lot easier, and it's better for the environment.
Use one less disposable plastic bag. Make the switch to a reusable bag today. For more information, please call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Disclosing your HIV status is important. Having the other person know their status is just as important as knowing yours. Partner testing puts everyone in the know and can be life-saving. Professionals can help you with disclosure. Encourage your partners to test and disclose. Be confident about your future. A message from USAID, PEPFAR, Advancing Partners and Communities Guyana, NAPS, and the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. The Venezuelan migrants may soon be able to access the Guyana job market, even as the government seeks to provide them with housing and education. Here again is Esther Sobers.
Housing and education are both needed for the Venezuelan migrants. Minister of Citizenship Winston Felix on Tuesday addressed Cabinet on the need for systems to be put in place. According to a statement from the Ministry of the Presidency, it was noted that the government of Guyana has recorded 2,588 documented Venezuelans in Guyana thus far. The government plans to establish settlements in Mabura Region 1 for the migrants. The opposition leader Barrett Jagdio noted that the assistance should not only be given to Venezuelans, but also to fleeing Guyanese who have also experienced hardship.
I expressed a huge concern about people who are coming across the border and need help. Venezuelans, but more importantly, Guyanese, who are coming back and face a ton of hardships from immigration and other places and with no help from the government whatsoever. So that the need to have a humanitarian approach to borders and people coming from Venezuela, even with the Venezuelans, not just Guyanese.
Due to the influx of Venezuelans, a fortnightly meeting of the Multi-Sectoral Coordinating Committee was set up by the government to ensure that the migrants have been vaccinated and properly documented. Members of the Guyana Police Force are being taught Spanish in an effort to reduce the language barrier. Spanish will enable the trained officers to provide better services to the migrants. The Foreign Affairs Ministry also announced last month that more lenient immigration policies and measures will be instituted to ensure that persons who have come to Guyana to escape harsh economic and political conditions in their homeland are not deported for illegal entry or overstaying. The migrants soon will be able to access the job market in Guyana as a policy will be put in place for qualifications and skill of Venezuelan migrants to that of Guyanese. The effort to assist the migrants have been supported by various government agencies as well as international partners such as the International Organization for Mitigation and the United Nations Refugee Agency. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Hundreds of Berbice workers are likely to go on breadline later this month. When an international investor leaves, however, the government says they are working to avoid that. More from Wendell Jeffrey.
In April this year, a directive came down from the United States government that said in part, the U.S. government sanctions require that all companies doing business with those who have been sanctioned wind down their operations by October 23rd, or they themselves will be sanctioned. Oleg Deripaska, the owner of Alden Draft Carriers, was one of the Russian oligarchs who was sanctioned by the Trump administration earlier this year. The shipping company is contracted by the Bauxite Company to transport bauxite from the mining areas near Arama and load them onto ships at the mouth of the Berbice River. In June, after the sanctions, officials of the Alden Draft Company met with the Chief Labor Officer Charles Ogle and explained that they would compensate all their Guyanese workers who are likely to be laid off. However, in what might be a stroke of luck, on Tuesday last, the Minister of Natural Resources, Raphael Trotman, told the cabinet that Rusal, the company that actually mines the bauxite, was engaged in sourcing of other alternative shipping companies and that a number of companies have signaled their interests. Over the last 12 years of operating in Guyana, it is reported that Alden Draft has employed and trained more than 250 persons from the Berbice area. While the U.S. deadline to cease operations with those companies sanctioned is just about 2 weeks away, Trotman said that there is a window of hope that the situation would normalize. The Minister of Natural Resources had said that there was no credibility to reports in the local media which suggested that Rusal intended to close operations. The challenge was only with the shipping aspect of the bauxite operation. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. On a humanitarian note, the newly formed Arcase Family Human Development Foundation made a couple of presentations yesterday. Esther Sobers will now tell us more.
So, Pastor, my friend, Ambassador of Peace, on behalf of my family, the Arcase Family Human Development Foundation, we wish to present this equipment to you.
The Arcase Family Human Development Foundation, headed by Dr. Rosh Khan and represented by his father, Roshan Khan, yesterday made 2 presentations. One of the presentations was a computer and a printer that was given to the Ethnic Relations Commission, of which Roshan Khan is the commissioner. In presenting the computer, Khan said that his family is looking at the opportunities to give back for the purpose of human development.
Looking at opportunities where we could make contributions when we can as a family group to human development.
In accepting the computer, Chairman of the ERC, Dr. John Smith, thanked the Khan's family and said that the computer will be of great help.
We've had a 7-year hiatus and now we're coming back, and this will enable us to come back with some more strength.
Renee Chester, whose public education department will directly benefit from the gift, noted that the computer is a timely addition.
This is definitely timely. You heard our chairman saying that we had a 7 years hiatus, and I can say that we're back with a bang, and this will surely help with our strategic intent of that unit, which is to educate persons about ERC's mandate.
The Khan's Foundation also presented our own in-house journalist, Pastor Wendell Jeffrey, with a portable PA system.
I officially wish to hand this over to you. This equipment, everything here, for your good works. May God bless you, and may your good works prosper.
Pastor Jeffrey, who works with ex-offenders, Recovering addicts and the homeless said the equipment will be used to spread the joy to those who are less fortunate.
The PA system is going to be used for those outreaches that we do when we go out to the guys and the girls at the side of the road, or when we go to the homeless shelter, and that is what we're going to do. This portable system is going to help us so we can be heard with our outreach. And like you say, we go and we normally sing with them. We go, they like to sing, and so we go and sing with them, and it brings them cheer.
The Khan's Family Foundation will shortly be making some monetary presentations to members of their staff, as well as helping with the construction of a roof for a single mother. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away. After the break, attacks on journalists increased during Nicaragua's protests, and at least 9 dead as flash floods hit Spanish island of Maloroca. But first, here is this week's bridge attraction schedule.
Disclosing your HIV status is important. Having the other person know their status is just as important as knowing yours. Partner testing puts everyone in the know and can be life-saving. Professionals can help you with disclosure. Encourage your partners to test and disclose. Be confident about your future. A message from USAID, PEPFAR, Advancing Partners and Communities Guyana, NAPS, and the Ministry of Public Health.
93.1 Real FM. It's your favorite station for the best music from then to now.
Cause girls like you run around with guys like me to side. Wasted days, spend the night. Tell me, are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside us. Simple things, them are your blessings, a blessing. Simple things are your
Every day, all day for real music, real people, and real vibes. 93.1 Real FM.
Real FM.
The people's choice.
Fresh ingredients and Creole foods at the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Finger-licking boil and fry. Meats cooked to perfection. No MSG added. We cater for vegetarians too. Breakfast and lunch available fresh Mondays through Fridays. We open 7 a.m. Get coffee, Milo, or our famous power porridge, filled with a blend of indigenous barks, natural fruit juices. Catering services and delivery available. Call 231-4343. Located at 16 Access Road, Kingston. The Cottage Restaurant and Cafe, bringing back the good old days.
For all your beauty and hair care products, look no further. Visit American Home and Beauty Center, 72 Rob and Wellington Streets, Georgetown, opposite CNS Channel 6. We have in stock a wide variety of brand name beauty products, cosmetics, perfume sets, hair extensions, hair accessories, costume jewelry, and much more. Come and shop in a spacious and comfortable environment with affordable prices and great customer service. American Home and Beauty Center is your one-stop shop. Telephone 226-1497. Opening hours Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Close on Friday between 12:30 and 1:30 p.m.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient. You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.ui. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
his styles. Simply different.
Welcome back. And now for your regional and international headlines of the day. In the region, being a journalist in Nicaragua has become more dangerous in recent months since anti-government protests began in April. Reporters have found themselves under attack for doing their jobs. Al Jazeera reports.
Assaults, harassments, and death threats have come to characterize the working conditions for many independent journalists in Nicaragua. Winston Potosme, a video journalist in Managua, recalls the moment he was shot in the arm while covering an anti-government demonstration.
I tried to stand and couldn't. My arm had contracted. I held my arm and couldn't feel it. I immediately thought the worst.
Moments after being shot, other journalists rushed to Winston's aid and drove him to a private hospital. Winston says most of his colleagues have also been the targets of attacks. Miguel Mora is Winston's boss and the founder of 100% News. He says that since the unrest began, threats against his staff haven't stopped.
Being a journalist today is a matter of life and death. We've been harassed, shot at, angry mobs sent by the government to intimidate us. At one point we were under siege, unable to leave the building for several days.
Last April in the city of León, a radio station known for being critical of the government was set on fire, with journalists still inside.
The flames were so big, they burst through the front door and ignited the clothes on the attackers, as well as our security guard.
Walking through the charred remains of his office, Francisco Torres, an independent radio reporter, showed us where men armed with machine guns, explosives, and petrol canisters stormed the building. This is what is left of the offices of Radio Darío. The fire destroyed the roof and practically everything else. This radio station was one of the first media outlets to be attacked when the political crisis began, but acts of intimidation and violence against the Nicaraguan press continue. Attacks against the press have left at least one journalist dead so far. Government representatives, however, have ignored our requests for a statement on the matter. As the political conflict drags on, organizations like the Inter-American Press Association are calling on the Nicaraguan government to investigate and prosecute those responsible for attacks against journalists and their families. Manuel Rapalo, Al Jazeera, Managua.
And internationally, at least 9 people, including 2 Britons, have died and others are missing after flash flooding on the Spanish island of Mallorca. France 24 reports.
This is the scene that residents of Sant-Llorenç woke up to after 22 centimeters of rain fell in just 4 hours on the Mallorcan town. Overnight, several locals and tourists drowned as the waters dragged their cars away and flooded their homes. Others are still missing, and hundreds of people are being sheltered in temporary facilities. Residents of the town worst hit by the downpours found themselves stranded as they tried to go home.
Everything's basically destroyed. I can't believe it.
We were leaving work and found that access was impossible. It's a disaster. All the cars, the whole town is flooded. For the moment, we don't know what's going on. We're waiting for the police to tell us.
Along the coast, the torrential rain is said to have washed cars into the sea. About 80 soldiers and 7 vehicles from the military's emergency unit have been dispatched to the island, joining more than 100 rescuers who have been working overnight to evacuate people trapped by floodwaters. They may have to battle the elements again. Spain's weather agency says people should brace themselves for more heavy rainfall in eastern parts of the peninsula.
And now for your 3-day weather forecast. Today, the staff and team of Channel 2 Headline News celebrated the birth anniversary of Miss Lorianne Adams. It was a belated celebration. We wish Miss Adams all the very best as she experiences another year. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and Thursday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I'm Bibi Baka signing out from your newscasting. Thank you for staying tuned and do have a blessed evening.